Everyone thinks intelligence begins with secrets. Stratfor says it begins much earlier. It begins with choosing the right target. Choose the wrong target, and the operation is already over before it begins. Stratfor was a private intelligence company often described as a civilian intelligence agency. Its internal glossary became famous because it explained intelligence using unusually blunt language, dark humor, and practical experience rather than academic theory. Today's terms: target. The intelligence that is being pursued. If there is no clear target, you aren't ready for the operation. The target must not only be defined, but it must be realistic. Figuring out whether the target is doable is craft. Target. How hard it is to get the information that is required. Target soft. An easy shot, the library, or a drunken congressman looking to get laid. Target hard. A tough target, a 30-year veteran of Israeli intelligence who has gone totally paranoid. Target hardened. A really tough target. Someone who expected an operation to come after the information. They've built protection systems. A scientist who is under constant surveillance, for example. Real nasty if you're briefed that it's a soft target and it turns out to be hardened. Error frequently results in rigorous interrogation. For you. Target reactive. Oi, this target is waiting for you and is ready to react. You go to a Moscow park to pick up a package. You get the package and all the nice people with strollers open fire on you. Very bad. Usually leads to a board and a funeral. Most people think a target is simply a person. Professionals think differently. The real question is, how expensive will the information be? Sometimes the answer sits inside a public library. Sometimes it sits inside someone who has spent 30 years expecting someone exactly like you. Same information, completely different operation. Before D-Day in 1944, Allied planners launched Operation Fortitude. They didn't begin with deception. They began with target selection. They first decided whose mind needed changing. Only then did they decide what story to tell. That operation helped convince German command that the invasion would come at Pas-de-Calais instead of Normandy. Sometimes choosing the audience is more important than crafting the message. This isn't only intelligence. Recruiters don't interview everyone. Investors don't analyze every company. Journalists don't chase every story. The best negotiators don't answer every question. The highest performers aren't simply better informed. They're ruthless about deciding where attention belongs. Attention is finite. Choosing the target is already half the decision. The glossary quietly escalates. Soft target, hardened target, reactive target. It's funny until you realize the joke is about professionals who misjudge the situation. Stratfor's point is brutally simple. If your target surprises you, you probably weren't ready for the operation. Intelligence isn't about chasing everyone. It's about deciding who matters before everyone else does. Every successful operation begins long before the first question is asked. It begins with choosing the right target. If this episode made you think differently, save it. Send it to someone who chooses battles carefully. When this community reaches 100,000 subscribers, we will fund the restoration of a real coral reef through the Coral Restoration Foundation. A small reef, a real impact. Small actions scale.